The most important thing that you can do on your spiritual journey, especially if you are a hoodoo practitioner, is to use that voice of yours. Your voice is so impactful. Your voice can quite honestly change lives. My voice has quite honestly changed my life. There is a quote by Maya Angelou that's just been like ringing in my head like super often lately, the past week. And I'm paraphrasing here, but at the end of one of her greatest poems, which is my favorite poem, by the way, Phenomenal Woman, I promise you, I believe that poem is a great poem for conjuring. I'm telling you. Maya Angelou says, I'm paraphrasing, I am the hope and the dream of the slave. Maya Angelou is one of the greatest people, like she is one of the greatest entrepreneurs of our time, okay? She wasn't just a writer, okay? She was a writer, she was a director, she was an actress, she was an activist, she was just so many things. Let's talk about how your voice can quite honestly change your life and how her voice changed her life. Welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel Sparks. Thank you for joining. I am a hoodoo practitioner, a root worker, a conjurer, and I like to make videos to help people to connect back to their highest version of themselves, to help empower you, and to help you to connect back to self. So let's talk Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou is incredible, and I'm just talking about one because she is one of our ancestors, our African American ancestors, the leaders of our not only just our generation, of our people. She used her voice when it was time to use her voice. If you don't know anything about Maya Angelou, I remember sophomore year of high school. If anybody from high school is watching this, and you were in that history class with me, with Miss Lawson, and I did like a whole project on Maya Angelou. Ancestors been with me. Oh my God, that is so crazy. So she was mute for a very long time because of some traumatic things that happened to her. But then she started to use that voice. Her voice is so powerful. You know, our ancestors were not able to read and write. Not to say they didn't know how to. Listen, best believe there's a reason why we use the Bible, okay? In our practices. Especially for those of you guys that are conjurers, okay? I'm speaking to conjurers right now, okay? I feel like I don't talk enough about conjuring, but I think people that are really, really great with their voices are powerful fucking conjurers. But our ancestors, when they did write, they wrote some of the most timeless and powerful pieces ever. They recognized that when you open your mouth, the next things that come next need to have purpose. Every time you speak with purpose, and you will be in your divine alignment. Not only that, when you are speaking to your spirit guides, when you are speaking to your ancestors, when you're trying to call in or conjure up a spirit to help you with that money spell, you're trying to conjure up a spirit to help you with that love working, that job, that housing, whatever it is for you, really, really, really learn how to use purpose with your tongue and stop speaking down on yourself. I feel like one of the greatest things that you can do to stop yourself from being where you want to be is, number one, not continuing to move forward, like giving up. And then number two is not using the voice that God has given you. Learn to start writing letters and notes and prayers to your guides. Learn to start lighting incense and connecting back to the source of the element that is air. I mean, when we think about air, right? We cannot see it with our peripheral vision. We cannot see it with our naked eyes, right? But we need it. We are in so desperate need of the oxygen that is floating in our air. We cannot live without it. That, and the same thing goes with the tongue and with writing. Use the element of the air when you are really, really ready to sanctify yourself. Words can heal, words can curse, words can do so many things. Because I'm telling you, Maya Angelou, incredible. She is my muse. She is literally, quite honestly, my muse. I hope her spirit knows it. I really, really hope. She is absolutely my muse. I will never forget when I was like 10, 11. I would read a lot of her work. And then I remember she passed when I was like 12. And I felt so connected to the aura and the energy of her spirit. And I would always constantly remember pulling out my Bible and reading certain Bible verses when I was feeling in desperate need of healing, to help remove whatever feeling of guilt or conviction that I had on my heart and my spirit. You see, words can help to transform icky energy. It's the greatest. It's the greatest thing that we have. Is speaking. Speak life into your life, please. When I decided to start speaking life and speaking purposefully, like now when I speak, I try to be careful with the words that I say, because I know that my words are so powerful and it can help me to get wherever I want. And I will never forget when I was 16 years old and I went to LA for the first time in my entire life with my best friend at the time. And I was like, oh, I went to AMDA, right? I was there to visit LA or whatever, to visit some colleges because I wanted to be in LA. And California specifically. And I remember I did not have any money, y'all. My grandma sponsored my trip because a girl did not have it at the time. I will never forget looking around and being like, I'm going to live here. I'm going to live here. This is my place. Okay. A couple of years later, I am living, quite literally living in my dream apartment, in my dream city, which is Los Angeles. Words are purposeful. Words are purposeful. Learn how to use them. In fact, as I leave you off, as I leave you off into the world with all this knowledge that you now have, I challenge you to write out every single one of those scary little fears that you have. That you, or not just fears. I want you to write down everything that you feel as though there's no way you can receive it. Because I'm telling you guys, when I was 16 years old, and I was in California for a week, and I saw gas prices being $5. Mind you, I didn't drive, and I still don't drive. Don't get me wrong. When I saw that, and I came to LA for like 3 days, or like no, it was like 3 to 5 days, only $800. And I was like, oh my God, everything is so expensive. I don't know how I'm gonna live here. And I said, Rachel, stop. This is where you're going to live. This is where you're going to be. And that is what happened. So get a sheet of paper, write down everything. And I mean everything that you want to do. Get it on paper. Take an hour, take 20 minutes, take 30 minutes, take 5 minutes, however long you need. And then next to those things, the things that you're so scared that you're never going to achieve, I want you to tell yourself that you are deserving of it, that it is happening for you. So if you're like, I really want to move out of the country, I want you to write next to that. Oh, or like, I really want to move out of the country, but I'm scared that I'm not going to be able to afford it. No. Or people are going to judge me. Who cares? I want to move out of the country. I'm scared, but it's going to happen for me because I deserve it. Maya Angelou was mute for years. For years, guys. She literally, that powerhouse of a voice, the powerhouse of her damn pen, she is an American legend. You can do it. You can do it. I promise you can do it. And if you enjoyed this video and you watched it all the way to the end, I want you to leave a pink heart. And I also want you to type out, just so everybody can see it, so we can all kind of communicate with each other, the thing that you are speaking life into. What is the thing that you're bringing into this world? because you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. And I want you to then come back to that same comment when it happens for you, and I want you to tell us how you finally got it. Because you're gonna do great things. Your ancestors did great things. Without our ancestors, we would not be in this place where we are right now. You are, quite honestly, let me remind you, the hope and the dream of the slave. Okay, so that is my video. I love you guys so freaking much. Thank you guys for watching another video with me. I was gonna say this is channel messages with Rachel, but I don't really know how I'm going to. I don't want to put words on anything yet. This is me just chatting and hanging out with you guys and just keeping it real. Maybe keeping it real with Rachel, we're gonna call it. I don't know, but go out today and do the thing. Do the thing. Anyway, make sure to hit that like button as well as subscribe and check